Welcome back to Just a Guy Reviews. I'm Matt Sula, and today our special presentation is the new horror movie Infinity Pool. Infinity Pool is directed by Brandon Cronenberg, son of David Cronenberg, who is known for his Best Picture winner, I believe, in Crash, which, from what I understand, I have not seen it, but is one of the worst Best Pictures ever created. Nothing to do with this movie, just something I thought I should say. Infinity Pool is also starring Mia Goth, who just in 2022 is in both indie horror, not classics, indie horror hits, I would say, X and Pearl. And then Alexander Skarsgård, who is known for a wide variety of things. He was Tarzan, the live action Tarzan, back in like 2015. He was in Godzilla vs. Kong, where it's not really a great performance, but there wasn't any human great performance in that movie. And then he was also in The Northman last year, which was one of my favorite movies. And he is quickly becoming one of my favorite actors, especially after this movie. He was so good in it. He plays James, who is a writer who has writer's block, and he thought it would be a good idea for him and his wife to go on vacation to the island of La Toga, which is a made-up place somewhere, I think, in like Bali or something, India. I have no idea where it was supposed to take place. And him and his wife meet Mia Goth and her husband. Me and him and his wife meet Mia Goth and her husband on this trip where they become almost like vacation friends. I don't know if anyone's seen the movie Vacation Friends with John Cena, but very different feel. That's a very, very hard comedy. This is weird, weird horror. And basically what happens is they go off into the island. They leave the resort that they're at, which is a big no-no apparently. And they go to a beach, and the four of them basically drink all day, and they all get hammered. It turns to night. They got to get back to the resort, and on their way back, Alexander Skarsgård is driving, and it's dark. He's falling asleep. The lights are going out, and this man just like walks into the street in front of a car, which apparently he didn't see coming, and Alexander Skarsgård hits him, drives away, kills him after Mia Goth's like, we got to get the fuck out of here. They get out of there. Later, they get hurt. They get caught. They bring Skarsgård in. They say he's guilty. And basically, when you're guilty in this country or this island, wherever they are, you get sentenced to death. If you commit a crime on this island, you get death. Unless you're rich. If you're rich, you can simply pay a certain amount of money, and they're going to clone you and kill your clone in front of you. So it's a little traumatizing. His wife wasn't a big fan of it, but once he saw that, he was like, something like went in his head, and was kind of like, oh shit, I can get away with anything. Which pretty much brings us to the movie, because we find out that Mia Goth and her husband have been doing this for quite some time. They have this group of friends that go to this island every year. They're all very rich, very wealthy, and they basically go every year and commit all kind of crimes because they know can get away with it. They just pay a certain amount of money, and they just have to watch their clone die, and that's it. So basically, that's this movie, and they start bringing Alexander Skarsgård into their little club, into their little group, and they basically start hazing him. They start giving him drugs, a hallucinogenic, almost like acid, except it seems a lot more intense than acid. They bring a extra one of his clones that they want him to like beat the shit out of. It's a lot of weird stuff. The drug sequences are great though. The drug sequences are like very stroby, very colorful. It's very intense. I'm pretty sure at the beginning of the movie, there's also a warning that basically says, if you're sensitive to flashing lights or seizures, like, maybe don't watch this movie. This movie might not be for you. But I thought this movie was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I don't want to give away where else the movie goes, so I'm not going to get into that. I do want to give a huge shout out to Mia Goth and Alexander Skarsgård. They both absolutely crushed it. And I want to give a shout out to the Skarsgård family in general. They have been crushing it for the past like 10 years, maybe. I don't know, 5-6 years. I don't know how long it's been, but they've been crushing it. All the movies that I mentioned, that's Alexander Skarsgård was in before. His brother Bill, I mean, he's Pennywise in It. He was in Barbarian. He's in a bunch of other movies. Their father, I believe, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's the Baron in Dune. The guy who comes up from the mud, the fat guy, he floats. This family's crushing it right now. Hats off to them. But Infinity Pool, overall, I'm going to give a 79 out of 100. And I know that doesn't sound that great. But in my rating system, to get in the 90s, you got to be like absolutely spectacular. I got to think that you were like a flawless movie. There aren't many movies that I give that to. The 80s, you got to be very, very good. Something that I'm going to want to like rewatch a lot. I don't see a lot of rewatchability with Infinity Pool. Maybe once, and then maybe after that I can adjust my scoring. Maybe it would even bump higher if I like it even more on a second rewatch. But, you know, when there's a little bit of a twist in a movie, it kind of takes away from watching it again, kind of like The Sixth Sense. Once you know, it's kind of like, it's cool the second time. Like, you see all the things that you missed, but after that, that's about it. I wouldn't recommend this movie to a lot of people. You really got to have a weird taste to like this one. It's not your run-of-the-mill slasher. It's not your run-of-the-mill like possession movie, run-of-the-mill horror. It's very weird, and a lot of people are not going to like it. As you can tell by the Rotten Tomato scores, 88% of critics liked it, but only 52% of audience. And that doesn't surprise me at all. It's a weird fucking movie that most people are not going to like. Like I said, very select group of people, but the people who liked it really like it. Like to be 52% of the audience liked it, but on IMDb it has a 6.9. That means the people who liked it really fucking liked it, and the people who didn't like it like still gave it like a decent rating, like a 5 maybe. Like that's all right. It's a middle of the road movie, but for it to be all the way up at 6.9, very good. I think that's awesome. So yep. That's going to be my final score. It's going to be a 79 out of 100 for me. Maybe on a rewatch, it'll go up. So that's going to be it for this review, guys. Join me next time when I'm going to be reviewing... Oh, I forgot what I'm reviewing. Let's take a look real quick. After Sun. I'm going to be reviewing After Sun. Little spoiler. Didn't love it. Didn't get the hype. I didn't get the hype at all. All right. So... thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It would really help a lot. I'm going to put the socials up in this corner right here that you can follow us at, visit us at, all that. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Take care.